Alright, so back looking at the web page, I would scroll down here to hit dimensions, and we have a queen size bed, king size bed, and a cow king size bed. And the only difference really is the width here. Problem is it doesn't actually tell you what it is. It tells you that this is 103 across. It's 34 from, I guess, I'm guessing from the floor up, is 34 inches, and then 97 from here back, but it doesn't actually give you this for some reason. So what I'm going to do is just measure out this as 103 and just subtract a foot from each side, 12 inches from each side. So, and we'll do that. So let's go into max here. Alright, and in the top view, I'm going to get out a tape measure. Alright, I'm going to specify length, and I'm going to say 103 inches. I'm just going to draw it out here. Alright, so we have that, 103 inches, and in this view, I'm going to create one that is, 34 inches. So 34 inches tall from the bottom up. There. And then in the top view, I'm going to create another one that is 97 or 96? 97 inches long from this point, which I guess we'll do in the center, to there. Now we have everything set up the way we want. So I'm going to get in here and I'm going to create a box. Alright, and I'm going to make the box, let's see, there we go, give it some height. This actual tape measure I'm going to move over, just kind of center it over here, like so, in between this. Just decrease that width right there just a little bit. And I'm going to say we're going to decrease it 5 foot, I don't know, queen size bed, something like that, 5 foot 8 inches. Length, we have it like that, which is not really going to be 8 feet. I think that what it's saying is that it's 97 inches from the end of this to the end. So I don't know, I guess we'll make it about 7 feet, something like that. And that way I can still have the headboard. Go 7 foot, something like that. Alright, give it a gray material. And look at it here in the picture, not very thick. I'm going to say it's about, I don't know, 4 inches. 4 inches tall. And off the ground, I'm going to say it's approximately 6 inches high. So the z-axis, 6 inches. I'll put it up like that. Alright. So not very high off the ground. Alright, and that's the start. So I'm going to right click this, I'm going to convert it to an editable poly, hit F4 so I can see my edges and such. Convert to an editable poly. And I'm going to actually chamfer everything. Control click this. Chamfer these edges just a little bit. Alright, do a ring selection, a loop, and a similar chamfer. Okay, hit F4 and we have that. And that's exactly what I want. Now, to do something a little bit more simple, I'm going to take these, and I'm going to take this one that we just built and create the legs for that. So I'm going to call this bed, I'll say frame. And I'm going to shift drag this down and just call it bed leg 01. Alright. And then come into this view right here. Kind of put it so it's hitting the floor. Like so. Alright. And then just adjust it. Something like this. Oops. Just to come up inside like that. Make sure I center the pivot. Alright, we'll go to the front view. I'll do that. Make sure my center pivot is going. And I'm going to do it about right here. Alright, drag one across. Look, and I have that so far. Very simple. Alright, looking at this now, I see that the side of the bed here just has like some end table kind of like things. It's probably a drawer that can be brought out. Looks pretty cool. What I'm going to do though is take this and shift drag up a copy and call this bed headboard. Alright, bring it back here. If I look at the picture here, close that, look at this picture here, it's actually sitting back behind it. If you can tell right there, parallel lines. Alright, so click Y-axis here so I can just move it. Thought I could. Something like that. Just extend the edges here. Okay, I'm just going to select the whole thing and bring it down here. And from what I can tell, this is just sitting on top of that like that. But I'm actually going to put it right here. And I'm going to bring it up to here. I have that. Something like this. Alright, it's coming together. Now what I'm going to do is add, I think what I'm going to do is add these little side things right here. I'm going to click this just to see how far it goes back. And actually I do think that this is sitting on top of it back here. So let me center this. Do that. And then I'm just going to take this right here and just shift drag out a copy and call it bed side table 01. It's good that I can just keep reusing these pieces. Kind of like bump that into place, like so. And something like that. This down to about right here. this over. Looking at it right here. Let's see if this is actually does have legs under it, so it goes pretty far down to the floor. So that looks pretty good. And I'm going to take this and move it up a little bit like that. And I'm going to take that, center the pivot, and then I'm going to shift drag a copy out. Click OK. I'm actually going to call this bedside table door 01. Just give it about something like that. F4. You can see that. Kind of just pull it straight out. Doesn't really have a handle to it per se. Alright, with this bed leg, I'm going to bring it over here. We'll just keep it called bed leg. I'm going to look at this, and it's kind of smaller than these, so I'm going to adjust it. Something like that. And bring it over here. I'm sure it takes two of them. So I'm just going to go like that with it. And then both those selected, I'll bring it right here under the bed. So you can't really tell where the other part of the legs are. So I'll just bring it right here to the, kind of like space it evenly here. So we have something like that. Alright, let's select all of that. Actually, I'll select it like that so I can get this whole thing. And I'm going to call it group. Call it bed underscore side table underscore 01 underscore GRP. Okay, something like that. And then on the opposite side, I'm just going to drag a copy over. Something like that. And now we're making the bed look pretty decent, I think. Okay. I guess this would need some legs too to hold it up back here. I mean, like, you probably will never see it. I'm going to put them there anyway. Alright, we have that. Let me look at it and make sure everything looks normal here. I'm actually going to pull this forward a tad. The spacing looks decent enough. Alright, now that headboard I was talking about, I wanted to do a little cutout here. So what I'm going to do is make sure this is selected. I'm going to hit ring. I'm going to do a connect of 2. Kind of pinch them together a little bit. It's about 50, negative 50. And actually I'm going to come in here and I'm going to split it down the middle. Click OK. And just select these polygons on this side and delete it all. Okay, I'm going to come over here. I'm going to do a connect of 1 and slide it over here to about, let's say, negative 60. Okay. And I'm going to select that, do a ring, hit connect, like this, click OK, go to polygons, and delete this top half. Alright. Then I'm going to delete this in here. like so. And because I chamfered this whole thing, I might have a little bit of a problem here. So what I'm going to do actually now is, let me take this back, Control Z. Alright, to that point. And what I want to do is I'm just going to create a new box over top of it. This will be a lot faster anyway. Since I already have this all chamfered, I was going to have to do some stuff, and I don't feel like doing some stuff. Alright, so I'm going to give it some height here. So I'm going to put it up where it belongs first. Top of there. I'm going to give it its height. Okay. I'm going to select this back headboard. Now I have this one. Okay. And now what I'm going to do, I am going to, take this down, give it a length, width segment, and yeah, convert it to an editable poly. I'm going to delete this side right here. Delete all that. Okay, come in here, do a connect of 2, pinch them together about, let's say -50, what was it, -50 I had. Come in here, do a connect of 1, and slide it over about -60, or just 60, yeah, something like that. Ring select that, connect it 1 time, click OK. My polygons here, and just delete that, delete this. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is come in here, select these 2 right here, and bridge them. And I'm going to select this, and bridge that. Now we have that. I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to select all of these edges, deselect that one, select this one, deselect that one, and not that one either. So we have that the way we want it. Make sure it's not selecting anything else. We'll say hide unselected. Alright, now I'm going to chamfer this just a little bit. And right here where it does that, I'm going to vertex mode and select these 2, control click the other one, and weld them together. If it doesn't work, just click the option box and up to threshold. There we go. You might have to come in here and tweak that in case it doesn't look very good. Something like that. Alright, and then I'm going to come around this edge and do a ring selection, but not this one, and then hit loop. Make sure I get this one right here. Alright, and that should get everything that I want. Come and chamfer that. Just a little bit. Like that. I don't mind that. That'll be fine. Okay, so we have that. I'm not worried about chamfering the back side. It'll be against the wall. Very good. So I hit symmetry. Should work. Now we have that. Now we hit symmetry again. And do it on the z-axis. But what I'm going to do is take this mirror and actually flip that so it comes up like this. Hit F4 so I can see my edges here. And just to when it collects right there, will be good. So right click this, convert to an editable poly, and we're left with that. Right click on hide all, and there's our bed frame that we wanted. The only reason I did all that symmetry stuff is so I wouldn't have to do both sides at the same time. Alright, so there's our bed frame, and in the next video we'll add the mattress and everything and get this bed starting to get done.